Rhea Ripley shares rare personal update amid WWE absence. Dear loves, welcome to WWE Family Show. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley recently took to social media to share an extremely rare personal update amid her absence from the Stamford-based promotion's weekly programming. The Eradicator is set to be back on TV on next week's Raw. On last week's Raw, Rhea Ripley received help from Io Sky after getting outnumbered by Roxanne Perez and Julia. On this week's edition of the Red Brand, the Genius of the Sky became a victim of Perez and her partner's assault. Many expected Ripley to show up and help Sky, but she was nowhere to be seen. Mommy missed Raw because she was representing WWE in Australia ahead of the Crown Jewel, Perth Premium Live event. The former Women's World Champion is set to return to television next week as she will team up with Io Sky to face Roxanne Perez and Julia. Amid her absence from TV, Rhea Ripley recently took to her Instagram stories to share an extremely rare update. The Eradicator posted about getting new tattoos alongside her family in Australia. Mommy also thanked the tattoo artist for making it happen for her and her family. During a recent edition of The Amin Show, Rhea Ripley said her match against Io Sky and Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41 was one of her favorite matches. The Eradicator added that she did not expect anything less than a 5-star rating for the bout, as she believed she had great in-ring chemistry with the Genius of the Sky and the EST. It's been put over as a 5-star match for a reason, and it's probably one of my favorite matches now as well. But like I said, Bianca, Io, and I know each other extremely well, so you couldn't really expect anything else, she added. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will compete in a tag team match against Roxanne Perez and Julia next week. This partnership comes after the Eradicator was absent on Raw, leaving the Women's World Champion without any backup against Perez and Julia. However, Ripley and Sky's history is complicated. They entered the Women's World Championship match in a triple threat, featuring Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 41. Sky emerged victorious to retain her title. So, keeping in mind that Rhea Ripley wants to be the Women's World Champion again, the collaboration has gathered significant attention. While one can hope that the Eradicator does not turn on Io Sky, Ripley may revert to her former heel character at the upcoming tag team match on WWE Raw. During the tag team match, she could turn on the Women's World Champion, not only costing them the victory but also solidifying her intentions to continue pursuing the Women's World Championship. However, there is a higher chance that the wrestling juggernaut will not have the Australian native turn heel ahead of Crown Jewel 2025 in Perth, Australia. Furthermore, it would be extremely similar to the creative approach that WWE has taken for the Becky Lynch-Lyra Valkyria story for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Io Sky went one-on-one against Roxanne Perez on WWE Raw. After emerging victorious, Perez offered a handshake. However, that was simply a ruse to distract Sky. Julia entered the ring and took down the Women's World Champion. Michael Cole announced that Sky and Ripley will form a tag team to fight the former NXT Women's Champions next week. The Eradicator took to social media to taunt that Sky needed Ripley's help. Shivangi Singh Chaudhary is a pro wrestling journalist at Sportskeeda, covering the biggest trends in the world of WWE and sports entertainment. She did her bachelor's at Royal Holloway, University of London, and has been an avid fan of various sports since childhood. Shivangi has over 4 years of experience creating content for football, cricket, and pro wrestling. She has worked for prominent news outlets like The Inquisitor and Essentially Sports. Focused on making her work reliable and accurate, Shivangi sources information for her articles from credible sources like Cage Match and ProFightDB. Shivangi's current favorite pro wrestler is Seth Rollins. She admires the visionary for his remarkable reign with the World Heavyweight Championship between May 2023 and April 2024. She believes Rollins made the title relevant after its reintroduction by consistently defending it against a diverse set of opponents. If allowed to rework a WWE storyline, Shivangi would have featured Roman Reigns on weekly TV in a more prominent role leading up to his main event matches at WrestleMania XL. She believes the tribal chief was overshadowed by The Rock in the Bloodline Cody Rhodes saga.